I'm a colleague of Ajay's, but I've actually worked on decision-making around the use of different kinds of weapon systems and done it actually from a perspective that is so core to Professor Russell's book, which is cognitive science. So how can we understand how people make decisions? And I want to agree with Professor Russell, but more strongly than he agrees with himself on this. And there is a really wicked trade-off here that as we move down the road, and Scott is right, we are moving down this road of autonomous weapons and the miniaturization, which is a separate issue, but it's related. You trade off the amount of damage, that's a value issue, against the likelihood that you're going to use them. So actually, autonomous weapons that are miniaturized are going to make war much more likely, much easier for decision makers to use. And why do I make this argument? I've done some actually fascinating work. I went and interviewed people way down the chain of command, at the bottom end of it, not at the top, who had to make a decision about nuclear weapons. And the decision they had to make, and this is actually a graphic picture of what we're talking about. They had to make a decision when an alert came in over the system that somebody had targeted nuclear missiles at them. What were they going to do? Were they going to send the alert up the chain of command or not? And most people don't know, but there's a 7-minute interval between the time that alert gets to central decision makers and when the President of the United States or the then Secretary General of Russia had to make the decision, launch. And we interviewed over 100. And even in the rare instances where there was a context in which it was conceivable that one was threatening the other, every single time they made the decision not to send, with one exception, not to send the alert up the system. Why was that? Because there was a taboo. The decision was made easy. There was a taboo, and they did not want to take the risk of some, frankly, dumb leader ordering a launch. So the decision was made at the bottom of the chain. We are in the reverse world now with autonomous weapons. It's easy to use. They're limited damage. They're not going to kill as many civilians. So we're going to use them over and over, as Scott describes. We're going to increase the likelihood of war. And ultimately, we are going to diminish security. I think this is an absolutely important topic, as you know, and it's core to Professor Russell's book. How much control do we give up until we lose control of the systems that we put in place and we destroy the taboos against the uses of those systems for purposes that we didn't intend? So I want to agree with you, Professor Russell, only more strongly than you yourself agree with you.
Thank you.